Good morning, fellow truck drivers. This is your girl, Semi Queen. So, I've recently returned to the trucking industry. I've been out here approximately about 2.5 months, but I've been home in between that 2.5 months for the holidays. Um, I wanted to talk to you guys about how it has changed so much in the trucking industry. I took a 5 year break from trucking, and I've been driving commercial vehicles since 1996, and I upgraded to a Class A truck driver in 2010. So I have about a 15-year history in the trucking industry, driving semi trucks. And before that, I was driving Class B vehicles like motor coach buses. I drove for Greyhound, but I'm just returning back in the trucking industry, and guys, boy, did they make it hard for me to get back in the trucking industry. But I was able to find me a small carrier company that was willing to take me without having to jump through hoops and, do all this other stuff. They basically wanted to start me off like I had never driven a truck and like I never had any experience. But what I have noticed out here is that, yes, there is a lot of people driving trucks that's from other countries. And the industry is so crowded from what I seen when I came back to driving the truck 2 months ago. And it was right before the federal government decided to start putting these rules, enforcing them, and implementing them with us truck drivers. And so now I don't see as many truck drivers on the road for the beginning of the year, which is honestly, to me, a good thing. And what I noticed is you got a lot of unsafe drivers out here, and you got a lot of non-English speaking drivers out here that has no clue as to what the rules are. And if they do know the rules, I'ma just assume that they don't care about the rules. What I've also noticed is, we got a lot of these immigrant drivers, like, they'll just pull out in front of you while you driving, while you coming down the hammer lane. And the hammer lane is the left lane that you pass in. They'll pull over on you. They won't use turn signals. And then as you pass them, they got this like smirk, or they find it very funny. And it's starting to make me wonder, are these guys purposely out here to start accidents? Do you have that much hatred, or I'm not going to say hatred, but dislike of us Americans? I wonder what you guys think. Hit me up, let me know how you feel about it, because I'm sure you guys that are out here on the road just like me have experienced the same thing. Like, these guys is really dangerous, and I'm starting to wonder, like, is this your sole purpose? Very, very dangerous on the road. I feel like the government and is doing the right thing by getting these guys out and making them meet the certain requirements. You guys hit me up. Give me a thumbs up, a like. You can subscribe to me, and let me know. We need to have some discussions on this channel that I'm trying to make with YouTube, because I'm not trying to come on here and teach people how to back into the loading dock or show people where I go back and forth for deliveries and pickup. I'm just out here trying to connect with my fellow truck drivers and get a feel of what they feel. See if they're feeling the same thing I do. And I want to also talk about other issues, basically about our life in trucking, because trucking is just not a career, it's a lifestyle, so we need to come together and talk about some things and just have a good old-fashioned good time on this channel. And until next time, guys, keep it trucking and stay safe out there.